Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. In today's video I've got some pretty cool glitches for you as well as a new god mode that I found in the game, so make sure you stay tuned for the whole video, and at the end of this video I'm going to give you a little teaser of what that looks like and some cool footage of it. But for now we're going to go over to the first glitch, and to get started the first one is going to be how to capture Jetragon and how to do it in the easiest fashion. So we're going to go over to the Ruined City, and that's in the west side of the map. Here at Mount Obsidian, we're just going to go to the side where we saw that the boss is going to spawn at. He spawns at the west side of the island, so just go all the way over there. Now this is fairly simple to do. It is a little hard to do, especially if you're under leveled, so just keep that in mind. You can go ahead and use the stair method where you just build a long staircase and have them drop off of that and have them chase you. Or you can try and make a base and extend out to have them walk on a platform and still break it underneath them using the same concept. But I managed to actually get him to run off the cliff, which is sometimes a little bit harder, but depending on where you can get him to line up, it makes it a little bit easier. And now that we're over here at Jetragon, all you got to do is get his attention, and hopefully he will eventually just start following you instead of shooting his long distance attacks. So try and get out of there as quick as possible. I'm trying to lure him out on this ledge, but it doesn't ever actually end up coming out here. So he does end up getting my beacon killed, so I fly over here. And I'm just trying to find a spot where I can get him to chase me and fall off. And this one just so happened to work out perfectly for me. And once he was down here, I just fly out here to have him follow me out. And you'll see that it damages him almost next to dead, and it was enough to where I was lucky to get a capture on him. So make sure you bring a lot of hyper spheres or the legendary spheres, because this was a 4% chance. I got extremely lucky that it went through on my first try, so just have that in mind because it's not always going to be easy, but I did just get phenomenally lucky there. And there you go, now you have Jetragon, and he's really beneficial to have because of his speed for flying around the map. And of course this guy just wants to get in the way, so once I get this teleport off, I'll show you where that's at. So now that we're here in the snow area, just go ahead from this fast travel point, and if you don't have this one, just go to the rough location I do. It's right here in the middle of the snow island, so just kind of use that as your waypoint. There's a big old skeleton down here in the middle in a frozen lake, so just use that as like a reference point. So now I'm going to be flying over here, and you'll see that skeleton that I was talking about. And now we're really close to that dungeon, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off of my mount right when my stamina gets depleted, because it'll take me right to about where the entrance is. And here we go, we're going to start dropping, and make sure you have at least some kind of glider if you're doing it this way, so that way you're not going to die by chance. And once you get over here, the dungeon entrance is right here on the west side of the skeleton. Now for when you do get inside the dungeon, you're going to need some mountable PAL. So having one of the flying ones seems to be one of the easiest in my opinion. Using beacon is probably going to be one of the best plays you can do. It's my favorite to breach with. It just seems to be easier with beacon than any of the other PALs. That's just my personal preference, but you can do it with Jetragon or any of the other ones. It all comes down to personal preference, so just make sure you're throwing that spear right at the bottom of the ground, right by the wall, so that way it has the chance to have at least the head section of the PAL sticking through the wall. Hold the sprint button as you're going in, so that way you push forward. And now once you're outside the map, all you got to do is fly to where you see the boss area. It's going to be the big round room that has the tree in the middle. And there's a lot of different ways to get back in. It's so much easier to get back in the map than it is to get out. So all you got to do is find a spot. Right here seems to be pretty easy just because I was able to fly right back in. And there you have it. Now we're back at the boss fight. You don't have to come in right here. You can go past the boss, so that way you don't have to encounter him. But I'm just kind of showing that there's that area where you can just get in right away. Now you come over to this door, and you just angle your PAL through the wall and mount on them and get through the barrier. Call them back so that way they don't get killed, and you can farm these chests. One of the benefits of being back here is there's a lot of different things you can do. If you want to do like a boss farm where you're just repeating that, you can do that, which I will show here after this. This is just me showing exactly where I did the breaching in this room in the beginning part, if you're wondering where that's at. There's no specific spot that you have to go to. This is just the spot that I was doing it at, and that's the one in the video. And you see that I'll actually even go to a different one just because for some reason maybe I got really lucky the first time. But like I said, most walls will work, so just go ahead and try it out. Find a spot that fits your pal best and you'll be able to get outside the map. So once you're outside the map, just go back to that circle room and we'll go to a different spot to get in, which is just another route. There's very many ways to get in here. So come over here, fly to the back of the tower, and you're going to fly up to this window and hop in the window frame. If you go over to the edge and kind of turn your camera to the left, you'll end up getting your pal to spawn inside, and then you just drop off and now you're inside. One cool thing you can do is look in and you can see who the boss is. If it's not one that you want to capture, just go ahead and repeat this same method, which I'm going to actually be using that same window we climbed out from to get back outside. And now once back outside, all you got to do is fly off in one direction and then turn back around. I go about a little close to half of my stamina just so I don't run out, and I have enough time to make a plan just in case I were to fall. But now once back here at the window, just go ahead and hop back in, and we'll be able to see that a new boss has actually spawned within the area. So if you haven't already, please drop a like on the video, a comment down below if you have any questions or tips or anything that you'd like to share, and a subscription to my channel, just to stay up to date on future Palworld videos and for when I release the God Mode technique. And for that God Mode, here's going to be the sneak peek. You can see on the left hand side I've got no health and I'm just constantly walking around in the dying state. It's kind of buggy, it's weird to do, but it is pretty fun. You kind of move around at a weird pace while crawling, but all your pals work, you're able to use that, so it's a really cool glitch. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, peace.